Hey there berries, welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail fishing guide, this time for orange gathering scrips. Now there are two fish in this lake that we're going to be looking at. We are at the Rrax Tusoli, so the main big crab is there, but actually the other collectible fish inside this sea, I guess, is actually where you're going to be getting the majority of your orange scripts. This is quite a skill-based one. It's also spearfishing, and there's a little bit of a build-up before you get into actually getting the orange script fish. So this video will cover everything. Requirements for this one, I would recommend doing this with at least 3.2k perception to have a chance of getting the biggest versions of the collectibles. I did manage to get the crab by doing, what's it called, Nature's Bounty, and I just about hit the max collectability. I am going to be using a food buff for this one. I'm going to be using high quality stuffed peppers, and with my current gear that pushes me over that 3.2k mark. So those are my gathering and my perception stats going into this. So as I said, this is quite a skill based bit once you get to the high quality kind of proc school of fish. But this fish is located in Yaktal, and we are going into the 31.7 node. One thing I do also want to mention before we jump in is to not get caught out by these schools. So you want to be doing the eastern Rrax one and staying in the 3 nodes over there. Don't go too far over to the west because you'll get a fish that you don't need. And then in the middle is where the special one will proc. So in the eastern one, we're looking for these glistening discuses. You need 16 of them through spearfishing in the eastern Rrax Solly to spawn the middle one. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll show you my methodology in terms of getting the most amount of orange script from the actual depths itself, from both the Wivre Cod and the Rrax crab. So you're probably here because of the Rrax crab, but actually you'll get the most amount of orange script from the cod. Right, so you want to go in and jump in, and then you're looking for this for the small discuses to proc the rare node in the first place. You're going for like one of the slowest tiny fish. Also, if possible, you're going to want to stack up as much angle as the Phalanx favor, as much as possible, because you're going to need them for the next node. So we're looking for the tiny fish here. Make sure you got your collector's glove on as well. There aren't any collectible fish until you do get to that special node. So we've already got one. So these are the glistening discuses that we want to be looking for. There are 2 different variants of the tiny fish. So unfortunately that one wasn't one. There's another one, so you need 16 of those in order to proc. So there we've already got 3. What you can do is you can delete these if you want to. If you, after every time you've done it, just so you can keep track easily if you find it difficult to multiply by 16. But we're just going to keep doing this now until we proc. So here we go, shadows. We need to keep going with this essentially until we do get that node. So you want to ignore every fish. That was a good hit there. Apart from the small ones, because and if there's nothing there when the timer's ending out, just whack out your spear and just get it closed as quickly as possible and then move on. So remember, stick to the east hand side of this seabed. So you probably have to do about 4 to 5 of these nodes in order to get enough discuses. I would say that this has actually been quite a fast run of getting the discuses. send out the spear just to close it. There's a small triangle here of 3 nodes that you'd be bouncing in between. So we've nearly got it procced out. I'm not sure how many more we left got to go, but we're nearly there. It'd be fairly obvious because it'd be like a shining thing on the minimap indicating that it's ready. Okay, there we go. So we can just close this now. So it wasn't too bad. So that was 16 of those golden discuses. And now this bit's the tricky bit. The more angular arts that you have left here, the better. Make sure your GP is full. There's a couple of things that you're going to want to do when going into this. There's a lot that happens at the same time. So you got one collectible fish, big fish, that's the cod. That'll be zooming across either direction, big fat fish. Get those for guaranteed orange scrip. Now there's a slightly slower, bigger fish, and that one is called the speckled peacock. Basically you need 2 of the fast cod, 3 of the slower speckled peacock to then proc a chance of then seeing the crab. The crab is a very fast, small fish. So if you've managed to get that far, ideally you would then make sure that you proc your nature's bounty and then get that as a large fish for max collectability. Now you want the node to be lasting as long as possible, so you're going to also be wanting to use at least 2 baited breaths in order to drag out the duration of the fishing node. Also bonus points if you're able to get a catch counter of 10 to then do the electric current to then capture all the fish on the screen for mega big bonuses. So there's a lot of things going on in this node. It's a very skill based thing. So some people might prefer just to do normal fishing, but we'll give it a go and I'll see what I can do here. So make sure you got your collector's glove on. So we're looking for big fish, so ignore these ones. Okay, I haven't seen any, so I'm going to try and reset that wariness. So here we go. 1, 2. So that's 2 peacocks. So we need 1 cod and 1 peacock. So we need 1 of the slower ones. So now we have a chance of seeing the crab. My phone alarm is going off. There. That's the crab. We managed to get 2 of them before it dissipated. I haven't actually managed to get 2 of them before. Trying to turn off my phone alarm midway through there. So, we managed to get 2 crabs, and we managed to get 3 cods, I think it was. So once again, it is 2 cods and 3 of the speckled peacock in order to have a chance of seeing the smaller crabs. Whew, right, so the crabs at 49 collectability or higher. So this one is 49 collectability. That gives 158 orange scrip. This one's 28, so we get 63 for this one. Now the Wivre Cod, I'll just bring that information up real fast. The Wivre Cods at 998 plus, I give 45 orange script. So this one's going to give me 27. That one's going to give me 18. That's 1,000. That's going to be 45. So someone can probably do the quick math on that, but that's about 300 to 400 gatherer scripts just from that. And it's quite fun to do. If you are maybe a little bit better or have a bit better RNG or not trying to turn off your phone alarm, you'd be using your angler's art stacks here to get more GP, maybe getting another baited breath off, trying to maybe not skip necessarily too many fish, so you can do an electrical current, maybe a bit better RNG, maybe having a big, having some of those fish coming in a little bit earlier because we had to use a baited breath very early on there. Fortunately, we still got any of the fish that we needed. So it's quite a fun way to get orange script, and it's actually not that bad if you're able to kind of like keep up with the pace of it all. But yeah, so that's your Wivre Cod and your Rrax crab in Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Happy orange script farming. Bye.